Hey everybody, welcome to Pop of Culture. I'm your host, Esoteric and Facetious, and this is Pop of Culture, which is my video essay podcast where we speak on pop culture, social justice, and human experience from a Black, bisexual, millennial, Gen Z perspective. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about my experience at the Chloe Bailey in Pieces tour, how I enjoyed the concert, so I can chat with other Chloe Bailey fans. I can fill y'all in if y'all were not able to go, just talk about my concert experience. So let's get into the video. I'm gonna preface this with a little bit of a conversation about Chloe as an artist, as I've observed her as a fan, but if you want to get straight to the concert talk, then jump to this time point. So a few weeks back, I went to the Chloe Bailey in Pieces tour. I really like Chloe's music. I'm really inspired by her since she's around my age, and she's a really talented artist, singer, creator, producer. So as someone who is an aspiring artist and singer in my own right, it's really nice to see Chloe out here doing her thing, making music, performing. She's really stepping into her own as an artist outside of Chloe and Halle and just doing her own thing. So it's been really nice to see her flourish over the past few years. I will say Chloe has gotten a lot of criticism for how she's developed her brand and or persona. Chloe is someone who is very sex positive. She's somebody who is not afraid to talk about certain topics. And I want to say before I even get into that, obviously I'm a man, so I want to be very careful talking about how a woman's accessing and expressing her sexuality, especially a Black woman. There's a lot of criticism towards Chloe for the fact that she is this young artist. She's this young person who everyone has their eyes on. And of course, a lot of people grew up with her and her sister seeing covers and seeing them in different stuff like the Tyler Perry projects and things like that. So it's like people have this certain idea of them, and as they're developing into adulthood, it seems people, especially people who are a little bit older than them, they may not be ready for them. And I guess it's a complicated conversation with Chloe because people are not necessarily opposed to Chloe being sex positive or talking about things she's going through as an adult, but I think a lot of people are just trying to get down with it because a lot of people, they're like, okay, if you're going to talk about these mature topics, they're fine with it, but a lot of people want to feel like it's organic and it's something where it's natural and it's not forced and it's not you like trying to be something you're not. So while I admire Chloe, I definitely have seen a lot of scrutiny towards her because of some of the things she's done. And I will say she's young, like I'm young, she's young. Like as young people, you figure things out and you kind of refine. You're allowed to make missteps. But I think, of course, if you're somebody with like 6 million followers and all these eyes on you, of course, it's going to be harder for you to have those missteps because so many people are watching. And that's the whole conversation of being young in the public eye. And I remember Christina talking about how her and Britney, there was just so much that they went through, of course, especially with the label. And Christina was talking about her debut record and how there was this certain image they wanted from her and how it wasn't in line with what she wanted to do, the way she wanted to sing. So I definitely can see how it can be restricting. And I will say with Chloe, like I said, I'm a man. I'm not going to judge a woman, especially a Black woman's sexuality. But I do think there are times where she may have made some missteps. But of course, I think making those missteps is how you as an artist figure out what you want, how you want to express yourself. For example, her having that little cringy lollipop video or her licking the mic after the Have Mercy performance. But I think it's all a part of the process of figuring out, hey, this worked, hey, this didn't work. But like I said, being in the public eye, it's a lot more difficult to make those choices because there's so many people who are scrutinizing you. Like it's one thing if you try out a little dance move in a private rehearsal, but when you're doing something like licking the mic or licking a lollipop in a certain type of manner, if people don't like it, they're going to let you know. People are not going to spare your feelings on the internet. So I'm a fan of Chloe, but I definitely have seen a lot of criticism towards Chloe because of certain choices she's made. But the talent is there and she has the support and she has the team and has the base. So I think it's all going to come together when it needs to come together. But I think that this is all forming the foundation for who Chloe's going to be as an artist in the future. So let's get into the concert. My only regret with this concert was the fact that I didn't purchase my tickets earlier. I had a friend who I was going with. I went with a friend. We had a great time, but you know how it is if you're going to a concert and you're waiting for your friend, because I wanted to do the backstage experience because I think you would got to do a meet and greet with Chloe. You got to get your album signed. You got to get a CD and get your album signed. And I think you may have even got like a little goodie bag or whatever. So my only regret with the tour is that I didn't do that because I was waiting for my friend for us to get tickets. Now I know better, especially since it was general admission, so I didn't even need to wait for him in the first place. But that's the sucky thing about living in a very predominantly Black area, because the VIP sold out way quicker in my area than it did in other areas. So I was just like, what's up with that? But there's always next time, there's always next time. So let's get into the concert itself. The venue was pretty big. Chloe was on the stage downstairs, and then downstairs there was all the general admission people. Then upstairs there was a balcony. There was other people who were general admission who were standing on top of that balcony looking down at 𝘂𝒄𝒉 on the stage, and then there were people behind that who were sitting down, who paid a little bit more so they could sit down for the show. Me and my friend were a little bit late. The concert did not start exactly at 8 o'clock, so we got there a little bit late, but they had a DJ there. I can't remember what the DJ's name was, but the energy was right, the vibes were right. They were playing a lot of good R&B music, some throwbacks, some new stuff. So it was just a really good experience trying to get us hyped for the concert because everyone's hyped, everyone's ready to go. So we're all excited, getting ready for 𝘂𝒉 to come out. Everyone's excited, everyone's hyped. One of the things I want to say before I get into 𝘂𝒉 and her performance is the concert was packed. Like, when I tell you we were packed up in there, I just found it so interesting because when it comes to conversations about social media versus real life, it's so funny because there's a lot of perceptions people have, especially on Stan Twitter, when it comes to music. There's this idea of, if you're not topping the charts, you are a flop. If your album didn't sell XYZ copies, you're a flop, hang it up flat screen. And I definitely heard a lot of that rhetoric around 𝘂𝒉. So it's so funny to see when I went to her show, it was packed. So many people, black people 18 to 35, who were there screaming the words, singing the lyrics, dancing to every song, getting their life, because it's just like, you can't believe everything on social media is real life. Now, I definitely do think there's a conversation of, we all are hyped for 𝘂𝒉, but did we all buy the album? Did we all stream the album? Because the album sold 10K copies. So it's like, I do think there's a conversation there of, hey, people are willing to show up to your shows, people are enjoying your shows, people clearly like your music, but what can we do, or what can your team do to get people to buy the album, to actually take that next step so you can go even further with your music? But I just found that so interesting because people love to say 𝘂𝒉 flopped, her album's flopping, and while her album could have sold better, just seeing so many black people 18 to 35 who were just so excited to see her, so excited to sing the songs and see her perform and see her give it her all, it just was so interesting because, like I said, social media will tell you, oh, if you're not doing XYZ, you're flopping. But just to see the real other living, breathing humans supporting and giving that energy, it just showed like, hey, social media isn't necessarily everything. But like I said, I do think all those people did not, I'm telling you, like, even if you looked at all the people in there, the math ain't mapping it. Because if that amount of people were at every show she did, if every single one of those people sold an album, she would have sold more than what she sold. So I do think there is a conversation of, why aren't people buying the album? But I also think with Gen Z, are Gen Z people buying albums as much as people from other demographics? But there are also older people there too, so that's a whole conversation in itself. I was really excited to see 𝘂𝒉 when she came out. She had energy, she was really personable with the audience, she was just so excited, and I just really enjoyed it because one of the things I mentioned earlier was this whole conversation about 𝘂𝒉 and a lot of people feeling like she's singing about stuff she doesn't know about, or singing about stuff she doesn't feel, or like she's just trying to be someone she's not, and people not resonating with that. And if that's your opinion or that's how you feel and that's your assessment of her, I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. But I just will say, when I watched 𝘂𝒉, when she was going from song to song and she was just talking about the song, what brought those songs about, when she was talking about her experiences that brought those songs to be, trying to get people to relate with the songs, everything I saw from 𝘂𝒉 felt organic. Everything, like the energy she had for the audience, it felt like this music that she's singing, it represents who she is. I believed everything she said. So I really enjoyed that. There was just a certain level of authenticity to it, and maybe it may not be for everybody. It seems a lot of people want to like 𝘂𝒉 because they like Beyonce, because they see that 𝘂𝒉 has talent, they want to like her and they want to like her catalog. The struggle of it is, you may be able to acknowledge that 𝘂𝒉's a talented artist, that she's a talented singer and performer, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the brand she has, the persona she has, is going to necessarily resonate with you. So I think some of the friction that I'm seeing with people is because they can't resonate with her and her message, they're trying to down her as an artist. Like I said, when I saw the show, the way she was expressing herself, the way she was singing the songs, everything felt organic to me. I think with 𝘂𝒉, there is a conversation of, you may be able to acknowledge her talent, but it may not be for you, and that's okay. It not being for you doesn't mean that she's not talented or that the work she's doing doesn't matter. But I think that's the thing too. I don't think 𝘂𝒉's music is necessarily meant to be commercial, top 40. Dua Lipa could sing it, Ariana could sing it. It seems like her music is a little bit different. It's kind of unique to her, and that's not to say that there's nobody with a similar sound, but it's just to say, I do think with 𝘂𝒉, it seems her music isn't just going to be something like a Beyonce song where everybody and their mama knows the song and everybody knows the lyrics and it's going to be on everybody's karaoke. I think a lot of people are critical of 𝘂𝒉, but actually me watching the show and watching her perform and be in her element, I didn't feel like it was inorganic. I didn't feel like it was forced. I didn't feel like it was a put on. I felt like this is where she is in her life at this time. So I liked the songs. I liked her singing. She sounded really good. Her energy was good. One thing I really liked too is she had some backup dancers, and the dancers, first and foremost, I just loved that it was, you know, different people, different shades of melanin. I remember like it was people with different types of hair, different hair textures, different stuff like that. I just love the fact that we just saw this diversity of other young black women. The energy that the background dancers and Chloe had was really good. I like that they had similar outfits. Like Chloe was wearing a blue jumpsuit and they were wearing blue jumpsuits too. And I like the fact that their outfits kind of coordinated with each other because it made it seem like they're a team, like they all kind of had this synergy about themselves where when they were dancing, it felt like these girls, when they're on the tour bus, it felt like they have a kind of camaraderie. They get along. They seem like they were friendly with each other. And I think it's nice to see people when they're performing where they're genuinely having a good time performing together and sharing space with each other. So I really enjoyed seeing the background dancers just vibing with Chloe. And also too, I like the fact that when they were dancing, they were all on the same plane. So even though of course Chloe's the one we came to see, Chloe's the person who is the star of the situation, I like the fact that all of them when they were dancing, they were on this parallel level and they were all wearing a similar outfit because it wasn't just, oh, this is Chloe and these are the background dancers that are so far back they can't see them. From what I saw at the show, it seemed like it wasn't like, oh, the backup dancers, they gotta like hold back or they can't try too hard. Like we gotta down them to make Chloe look good. It felt like, no, they're all vibing and giving the best they can, all slaying in their own way. So I really enjoyed that. Seeing these black women with different hair textures, different skin tones, just all of them just looking good, doing their thing, vibing, sharing that energy. My favorite part of the concert though was when 𝑎𝑙𝑒 came out because I'm a big fan of Chloe and 𝑎𝑙𝑒. I love their singles from Ungodly Hour, Forgive Me, and Do It. Those are my jams. I'm a fan of Chloe and her music, but I love those songs when they came out in 2020. So it was really nice to see 𝑎𝑙𝑒. And of course with 𝑎𝑙𝑒 has the Little Mermaid, so I'm really excited to watch Little Mermaid. So it was really nice to see her and just to see the energy Chloe had because of course Chloe, she had really great stage presence, she had really great energy, but it was nice to see a different vibe with her and her sister. I like that in the show that you saw those different dynamics. You see Chloe on her own just singing, dancing, giving you everything she has, but you also see Chloe having that fun energy with the background dancers and them just kind of playing off each other and just having a good time but also performing to the best of their abilities. But you also see Chloe with her sister, you see Chloe with 𝑎𝑙𝑒, and you see that energy they have together, and I like that because of course I'm so excited for Little Mermaid. I'm so excited to see 𝑎𝑙𝑒 destroy in the best way Part of Your World, but it was nice to see 𝑎𝑙𝑒 outside of that Little Mermaid brand because I feel like because that project is so big and there's so much anticipation for that project, it's like her and Chloe had a dynamic before that and they have music outside of that. I think it's great she's getting a lot of attention for Ariel. I like that we're seeing, okay, she's still 𝑎𝑙𝑒, they still have music, they still are an act. Her identity doesn't just have to be Ariel, so it's nice to see them performing together and just like I said, that sister energy. And one of the things too that I really enjoyed was they had Chloe, I believe she was on the keyboard, so I think that was cool because it kind of showed another element of her as a musician because like, oh, she can sing and dance, but she can also do the keyboard, which also goes into her abilities as a producer. So I like the show and the fact that they showed all these different elements of Chloe and they just showed she can stand on her own 2 feet because a lot of people are always talking about, oh, she's Beyonce's protege, and a lot of people of course have been comparing her and 𝑎𝑙𝑒's journey even though they're both on their own path and saying, oh well, 𝑎𝑙𝑒, like the Little Mermaid's gonna do all these numbers, but oh, is Chloe's album gonna do numbers? In this show we get to see her wearing so many different hats. She's showing us she's a versatile performer who can do it all. I also like that she did songs like Have Mercy and Treat Me because if you are a Chloe fan, you know that she scrapped some of the singles that she released earlier. She stated that she felt her sound has evolved since then. It was nice that she didn't completely just throw those singles away, never to be heard of again, but she catered to the fans because a lot of fans love Treat Me. I'm a big fan of the song Have Mercy, so it's nice to see that even though she doesn't have the biggest catalog because she's just getting started, it was nice to see that she was giving the fans what they wanted. Some of the people who showed up, they also probably followed Chloe and 𝑎𝑙𝑒 like I did with Ungodly Hour, so it's nice to see, even though this is a tour that's promoting the album, she's also going to give the fans performances of other songs that we enjoyed that we also streamed and purchased that of course helped her to propel her career. I also will say I really like the pacing of the show. It seemed whoever put the show together, they knew we're gonna have an upbeat, we're gonna have a little bit of a slower song. It felt like there was intentionality behind it. It wasn't just, okay, we're just gonna do the track list of the album and then we're gonna head home. What more can I say? She gave everything. The material of the album, whether you like it or not, whether you resonate with it or not, it felt authentic to where she is at this point. I believed what she was doing. I enjoyed the singing, I enjoyed the dancing. I just felt like she really showed us, yes, I'm Beyonce's protege. Yes, y'all know me from when I was singing covers when I was younger, but I can come on this stage by myself and I can show up and I can show out. So I love that. And she was also just giving us that stage presence because people can sing, people can dance, but the stage presence of like, I am that B. It felt like we're watching a grown woman in her 20s, but like, I'm a grown woman, I'm a grown performer, I'm somebody where I can handle the stage by myself, I can occupy the stage, I can speak to my audience. It just felt very adult and very mature, and I really enjoyed that from her. I think a lot of people left that like, Chloe may be young, but she's got the stage presence, she's got the personality, she's got the talent there, she's got the package. Chloe is someone who has the potential to be a full-out entertainer, and I'm here for the ride. I can't wait for new music. Next time I am going to be getting my tickets earlier so I can do a meet and greet. So that's all I have to say. Chloe Bailey and her team did a great job. I enjoyed the show. If you did not see the show, you did miss out, but there's gonna definitely be another show with the next project. It definitely inspired me as an artist to, you know, keep going with my music, keep going with my singing. 10 out of 10 experience. I had a great time. I enjoyed being in the presence of other Black people who like music, who enjoy being in the presence of creatives. It was just a great space to be in. And one thing I found, Chloe has a lot of Black gay fans. Like, when I tell you, most of the men, that was just so funny to me, like, the gays were there. But that's all I have to say. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the concert, things you thought they did well, things you thought could have been changed, how you feel about Chloe as an artist. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. See y'all in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Like this video if you like this video. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the points I made in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content, definitely like, comment, subscribe, and share. That way, even if YouTube isn't pushing my content, those who resonate with it are sharing it so it can connect with others who would enjoy it. Those are some easy, free ways to support a pop of culture. If you want to support the show financially, feel free to send a tip to my Cash App or buy me a cup of coffee. Both are linked below. All who donate will be featured in the credits of my long-form commentary and cover videos. There are 2 playlists that are going to pop up, one where you can binge watch my covers and one where you can binge watch my commentary. Enjoy. Bye-bye.